dear students, welcome back to the channel. I am Professor Nikhil Singh. I am a mechanical engineer as well as a teacher. So today we'll be studying about units and measurements, and it's a very interesting topic, my dear students. And let's to start with, see, we'll be covering all the NCERT part in my videos. So do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that every time I come up with new chapters, you will get the notification. So it's a very beautiful chapter, and let's understand it by going to the very basic points. Basically, we'll start with the introductory part. Okay, introductory part. So what we exactly do in physics? So we exactly observe the natural phenomena that are happening around us and look for a meaningful pattern and we find the relations in the natural phenomena, and then we create tools to interact with nature and phenomena. Now what we exactly do in physics is we look out for the natural phenomena that are happening around us. For example, if it's raining outside, then it's a natural phenomena. If there is an earthquake, that's a natural phenomena. If there's a flood, that's a natural phenomena. So we look out for different natural phenomena that are happening around us. Then we try to find out the reason, or we find to link it, why this is happening, how this is happening. Is there any fixed pattern? For example, if rainfall is happening, if there is a rainfall, so rainfall occurs every year after a typical duration of time. It doesn't rain throughout the year. Okay, so we find out the pattern and then we create new tools to interact with that pattern. Like we have studied about rainfall in such a depth that right now we can even predict when the rainfall is going to happen, for how much duration it is going to happen, like that. So it becomes very important. And let me tell you one thing, there is no final theory in science and no unquestioned authority among scientists. So you cannot say, like, if I say that rainfall is happening due to this reason, so this is the final thing, like this is the final thing, you cannot have any other reason other than this, whatever I have mentioned. So it is not like that. There are new technologies coming in science every moment. So there is no final theory. Any theory can be challenged. Okay. Next, in physics, we attempt to explain diverse physical phenomena in terms of concepts and laws. So what we try to do is, all these concepts which are happening, all these phenomena which are happening, we try to define it by means of certain rules and regulation. Just for example, I am sitting right now, whereas the earth is continuously rotating. तो जब मैं बैठा हूं और अर्थ घूम रहा है, तो मैं गिर क्यों नहीं रहा हूं? Why am I not falling off my chair? So the answer is yes, gravity. If I leave any object, it is bound to get attracted towards the earth. This is a natural phenomena. So what we tried to do is, we tried to have a concept and a law. So the concept is gravitation, and there are different laws of gravitation, right? So we try to understand the physical phenomena and try to understand the concept, give a concept why this is happening, and certain law, how it is happening. But the thing is, we always try to find a universal law. Now this is very important. See, a law is something which is made and which has to be followed by everyone. But we are not the makers of nature. It has already been created by some forces. You can say God or something. Okay? What we try to do is, we try to understand those concepts and try to justify those concepts by means of certain laws. कुछ रूल्स देखते हैं हम कि ये क्यों हो रहा है, और फिर कुछ लॉज के हिसाब से हम इसको डिफाइन करते हैं. बट बच्चों, ये जो लॉ है, ये लॉ हम यूनिवर्सल बनाते हैं. What we try to do is, by using a typical law, we try to explain various numerous phenomena. ठीक है? जैसे for example, anything that is falling or anything that is left is attracted towards the earth. That is gravitation. You and I'm making the video by sitting on a chair. You are watching the video by sitting on a couch or in your bed or something. So that is also gravitation. Now think it in a broader aspect. There are various planets. Why these planets are revolving around the sun? The answer is again gravitation, right? Okay. Then, yet a bigger aspect. If this is the Earth, you have a natural satellite called as Moon. The Moon is it's revolving around the Earth. Why? It is revolving because of gravitation. There are high tides and low tides in the sea. The answer is again gravitation. So, see, gravitation is a concept. So, whatever law you make, you try to keep that law common explanation for various phenomena. हम एक लॉ बनाते हैं एक चीज़ के लिए नहीं, उस एक लॉ से हम बहुत सारी चीज़ों को एक्सप्लेन करने का ट्राई करते हैं, इसीलिए हम उसको बोलते हैं यूनिवर्सल लॉ. चलते हैं आगे. स्कोप ऑफ फिजिक्स. अब फिजिक्स का स्कोप क्या है भाई, कि मतलब हम उसमें क्या क्या पढ़ सकते हैं, किस लेवल की बातें करते हैं, लाइक व्हाट डू वी एग्जैक्टली स्टडी एंड इन व्हाट डेप्थ वी स्टडी. So there are two things. Number one is macroscopic study and microscopic study. Macroscopic study means it includes the phenomena at laboratory, terrestrial, astronomical scales. So if you study something, like if there is a metal vessel and if you pour water in it and you try to heat it. So this is an experiment which is done inside a lab. So that is macroscopic study. Okay, then you have terrestrial study. For example, if there is a mountain and if you stand at the top of the mountain and you shout and if you get echo, your sound gets repeated, echo हो जाता है, आवाज बार बार hello 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 like that. So this is a terrestrial study. The rainfall, terrestrial study. Astronomical scale. For example, if you want to have a spacecraft going from Earth to Moon, so that's a huge span. Astronomical study. Studies about different stars, different planets. We are searching for water on Mars. That is astronomical study. So it's a study on a very larger basis, a larger aspect. ठीक है? Next is the microscopic study, students. Microscopic study मतलब बहुत छोटे level की study. You study about atoms, molecules, nucleus, very very small object. ठीक है? So in the macroscopic study, बड़ा वाला study, you have subjects like mechanics, which deals with forces and effects of forces. You have study of electrodynamics, like the study of electric charges, magnetic field, everything. You have study of light, optics, light की study. ठीक है? You have study of heat, कन्वर्जन ऑफ हीट फ्रॉम वन फॉर्म टू अनदर फॉर्म, थर्मोडायनेमिक्स. तो ये 4 टाइप के अलग अलग सब्जेक्ट्स हो जाते हैं जो आप लार्जर स्केल वाली चीज़ों में पढ़ाई करते हैं. ठीक है? नेक्स्ट, माइक्रोस्कोपिक माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स. सो इट मेनली इंक्लूड्स द कंस्ट्रक्शन एंड स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ मैटर एट अ वेरी माइन्यूट स्केल. जैसे एटम्स कितने छोटे बने हैं, न्यूक्लियाई कैसा काम करता है, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कैसे उसके अगल बगल में घूमते हैं, और बाइटल्स क्या क्या होते हैं, पहले में 2 फिर ऐसे आगे बढ़ते बढ़ते इलेक्ट्रॉन्स का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. तो ये सारी चीज़ें जो हम बहुत छोटे माइन्यूट स्केल में पढ़ते हैं ना, दैट इज़ माइक्रोस्कोपिक. एंड जो बड़े एस्पेक्ट में पढ़ते हैं दैट इज़ मैक्रोस्कोपिक. ठीक है? ओके, चलते हैं आगे. देन वील टॉक अबाउट द रेंज ऑफ फिजिक्स. कि व्हाट इज द रेंज ऑफ फिजिक्स, कि मतलब हम कितने छोटे से लेके कितने बड़े चीज़ों की पढ़ाई कर सकते हैं. लाइक व्हाट्स द रेंज, द टाइनीएस्ट थिंग विच यू आर स्टडिंग टू द लार्जेस्ट थिंग विच यू आर स्टडिंग. सो दैट्स द रेंज ऑफ फिजिक्स. सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, द लेंथ, द मास एंड द टाइम. ठीक है? दीज आर different पैरामीटर्स. सो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, the size of an electron is 10 raised to minus 14. बच्चों 10 raised to minus 14 को हम we can write it as 1 upon 10 raised to 14. And इसी चीज़ को students, my dear students, we can write it like this. 1 14 times 0, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. So that means you have to divide a span of 1 meter. If this is 1 meter, you have to divide that 1 meter into 10 to the power 14 times. And each tukda which you will get, that tukda will indicate the size of an electron. very tiny, right? Okay, then you have the size of the universe, which is 10 raised to 26. So this thing is huge, humongous. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 26 times. It's very difficult to even pronounce unit 10, 100,000. What is 10 raised to 26? How can we read it, right? So it's a huge range. So range starts from 10 raised to 4 minus 14 and it ends at 10 raised to 26. It's a huge thing, bacho. So this is 10 raised to 40 ka range. Then this was about length. Let's talk about the mass. What's the mass of an electron? 10 raised to minus 30 से लेकर mass of the universe 10 raised to 55. See, electron, you can or you might have a weighing scale or something like that. But how do you understand and how do you calculate the mass of Earth? Is there a weighing scale? No. But how did you do that? Is it an assumption? That I'll let you know in my further chapters. So, let's come here. So you saw this, there's a huge, humongous range in which we measure things. Now let's talk about need for measurement. So to study the measurements, so to study and measure phenomena in physics, we have to perform experiments. Like for example, if you want to study, like what is the efficiency of a car? Efficiency means if you put 1 liter of petrol, how many kilometers will it cover, right? So you need to do different experiments. You need to get a car, you need to fill 1 liter of petrol, and then you need to drive the car. So it will depend upon various parameters. If one person is sitting in the car, the mileage will be good. If 4 or 5 people are sitting in the car, automatically the car will cover lesser distance. So you do different experiments. Then based on the observation of physical phenomena, we develop various laws and theories. तो जो हम एक्सपेरिमेंट करते हैं उसके बेसिस पे हम क्या करते हैं, अलग अलग लॉ बनाते हैं, थ्योरी बनाते हैं, राइट? इफ यू आर ट्रैवलिंग ऑन अ हाईवे, so there is no traffic, you need not apply the brake again and again, you need not accelerate again and again. So there is a theory ki like whatever mileage you are getting, whatever the mileage the company claims is as per their testing condition. You cannot go out and purchase that car and have the same mileage in your city where you are applying brakes again and again. Something like that. You got my point? Okay. Next, experimental verification of various theories needs measurements of physical quantity. अब देखो, whatever experiment you do, you make a theory, and whatever theory you claim needs an experiment. जैसे for example, it's a beautiful example. For example, अगर मैं आपसे कहता हूँ कि कल बहुत बारिश होगी, this is my theory. So you need an experiment to prove it. So you need to understand tomorrow, is it raining tomorrow? How much is it raining tomorrow? So you cannot just go out and say anything. So you need experimental proof for it. For example, if I say that light needs a medium to travel, which is false. So you need to experiment and you need to prove it, that whether it is true or whether it is false. Sound needs a medium to travel. It's true. So you need to prove it कि sound does not travel if there is no medium and sound does travel when there is a medium. तो हम experiment जो करते हैं और जो claim करते हैं दोनों interrelated होते हैं. अब चलते हैं units for measurements. So you need measurements. Like ये तो हो गई हमारी बहुत typical बातें. Like this is all bookish thing. Let's understand it in our day-to-day life. This is the corona time. So what is happening right now is the whole globe is locked up. So what we have done is we have gone to the market, we have collected all the food items that we'll require probably for the next couple of months. हमने सब लेके आके घर में store कर दिया. So when you go out to purchase something, you need some measurements. For example, you cannot go out and say, if I want to purchase rice, I cannot go out and say कि give me 10 rice or 10 dozen rice or 10 liter rice. I'll have to say in 10 kg of rice I want. if you're a non-vegetarian and you want eggs, so you cannot go out and say कि give me 10 kg of eggs. No, you'll go out and say give me 10 dozen or might be 10 eggs. So you need measurement, bachcho. You need measurement. Biggest example is look at your mother. She cooks. Usually mothers cook at home, fathers don't usually, and in lockdown everyone is cooking. Okay, even I have started learning certain things. So look at your mother, she cooks. So for example, if she wants to make tea, so for making tea you need different ingredients, and each and every ingredient has got its own fixed quantity. You, for example, if there is a family of 4 person and everyone wants to have tea, so the mother will take certain amount of water, certain amount of milk, sugar, and the tea. So she'll mix it up. If you and I have never entered into the kitchen, we might not know the exact measurements. Your mother doesn't take a test tube or a measuring cup or something like that and she measures it. Ki acha, it is 5 ml, it is this much, it is that. No, she has that thing into her mind because she repeats it every day. So she is well versed with the measurements. But you and I can probably go and screw things up. So we cannot have the proper measurements. So the tea, what your mother makes is whole together at a different level, and what you and I will probably make will be good enough for us only. Right? तो मम्मी जो बनाती हैं that's अलग ही, एकदम अलग ही बहुत अच्छा बनाती हैं. मैं और आप नहीं बना सकते बिकॉज हमारी मेजरमेंट्स गलत हो जाएगी. ठीक है? So you need measurements. It's a standard thing. Next, units for measurement. Now you need to have measurement in your life, but you have different units as well. So basically any physical quantity has number and unit. For example, bachcho, if I stay in Mumbai and I want to go to Delhi, ठीक है, in India I stay in Mumbai, from here to Delhi, let's take an approximation. So from Mumbai to Delhi, let's say I have to travel by road. So I need to understand how much I have to travel. How much time will it take? So see, traveling, can I say its length? So let's say it is 1500 kilometer. I'm taking just an example. So 1500 becomes the number part and the kilometer becomes the unit part. Acha, how much time will it take? Let's say it takes 1 day to go from Mumbai to Delhi. So 1 day, 1 is a number, day is not a unit, but you can obviously have a unit in hours. Like it will take 24 hours, right? Or it might take 60 minutes multiply by 24. 60 minutes is 1 hour and 24 like that. So something like that you can do. So every physical quantity requires two things. One is number, another is unit. Okay. Next, let's take an example. What's your mass? So I'll say I weigh, my mass is, let's say 75 kg. So 75 is what? It's a number and kg is the unit. So you have, for every physical quantity, you have a number as well as a unit. So let's go next. The reference standard used for the measurement of a physical quantity is known as unit. This is damn important. So the reference standards which are used for the measurement of physical quantity are called as units. Now, अगर मैं आपसे कहूँ what do you mean by unit basically, तो आप कोई चीज़ को measure करने के लिए कुछ reference लेते हो. जैसे if you want to purchase rice, 10 kg of rice, so 10 is just a number, but kg is a unit. So what is unit? To measure something. To measure a physical quantity, you have a standard value of kg. Kg will not change as per region. In Mumbai, kg is weighing something else. In Delhi, it is something else. 1 kg is the weight of 1 kg is something else. That is not the case. So it's a standard value. The unit is a standard, some standard which helps us to measure the physical quantity. हर जगह केजी का वैल्यू चेंज नहीं होगा. लंदन में केजी अलग, पेरिस में अलग, ऐसा नहीं होता. ठीक है, चलो आगे चलते हैं. सो सिस्टम, यू हैव डिफरेंट प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ अ गुड यूनिट. सी, यू कैन नॉट हैव at random units, but there are certain properties. Units की कुछ properties होती है, जैसे kg is a unit, meter is a unit, second is a unit. So units की कुछ properties होती है. Now this is very interesting. Number one, it should be easily available. मुझे 10 किलो राइस चाहिए, तो किलो, to measure kilo you need to have those weights. The weights should be easily available. ठीक है. Next, it should not change with space and time. So ये जो kg है, that should not change with space and time. मतलब it should be invariable. It should not happen कि इंडिया में kg का वजन, the weight is something different, and in some European country that is different. So it should not change with space and time. ठीक है. Next, it should be universally accepted. This is important. See, in India, we measure something in kg, but in certain other European or Western countries, you measure things in pounds. So kg is also acceptable and pound is also acceptable. You cannot have a certain unit which you have made in your own will, at your own will. For example, if I weigh 75 kg, so I cannot be taken as a standard unit. For example, I want 150 kg. See, if I want 150 kg of rice, I cannot say go and get twice of Nikhil's mass. What does that mean? If I am 75 kg, go and bring twice as much as of my mass. Am I a standard thing? No. Am I going to remain 75 kg throughout my life? No. Can I change with time? Yes. So I am not a unit. Nikhil is not a unit, but yes, kg is a unit. So I am not a standard thing. Get me 2 Nikhils. Like, get me something which is twice of Nikhil's weight. No, Nikhil is not a standard thing. That is the thing, ki it should be universally accepted. No one should challenge it. It should be accepted. And then it should be easily reproducible and perishable. So हम क्या बोल सकते हैं इसको? It should be easily reproducible. You can make those weights very easily. ठीक है? Okay. Then you have systems of unit. You have different systems of unit. Now system means what? System is a very basic term which we study or which we have dealt with in our day-to-day life plenty of times. For example, if I'll say that Indian democratic system is awesome. So you mean to say that all the people who are working under democracy, all the citizens and every politician is doing a good work. Indian railway system is huge. Now what do you mean by system? So there are trains running, there are people working, there are stations, there are cleaning helpers. So there are many things which is coming together and working together that will form a system. I have a music system at my home. So what do you mean by music system? So there is a speaker, there is a tape recorder, there is a CD player, something like that, connection, remote control. So everything clubbed together will be a system. I have a huge and beautiful gaming system, gaming PC. System means you have a screen, keyboard, mouse, CPU, etc. ठीक है. System मतलब बहुत सारी चीजें एक साथ काम कर रही है एक ही चीज के लिए. That is called as a system. So you have different system of units. तो unit क्या होता है? किसी भी चीज को measure करने के लिए हमारे पास एक standard value होती है. जैसे चावल measure करना था तो हम 10 किलो चावल बोले. किलो मेजर करने के लिए आ गया हमारे पास, स्टैंडर्ड है वो. तो वैसे ही अलग अलग यूनिट्स हैं, तो हम उसको 2 पार्ट में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करते हैं. सो देयर आर 2 वेज. वन इज फंडामेंटल यूनिट एंड अनदर इज डिराइव्ड यूनिट्स. सो फंडामेंटल यूनिट्स एंड डिराइव्ड यूनिट्स. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ यू हैव सिस्टम ऑफ यूनिट्स, लाइक सी सिस्टम ऑफ यूनिट्स में यू हैव CGS सिस्टम, यू हैव MKS सिस्टम, you have FPS system. We'll talk about fundamental and derived units in the later part. So CGS system stands for centimeter, gram and second. CGS. Centimeter is for length, gram is for mass and second is for time. ठीक है? MKS means meter, kilogram, seconds. These both are called as metric systems. FPS means foot pound and second. ये ना Britishers used to use this. So British system. ठीक है. Now let's move ahead. Now you have SI units. Use of different system of units becomes very inconvenient for exchanging scientific information between various parts of the world. What actually started to happen now? Different part of the world started using different systems. Few were using CGS, some were using MKS, some were using FPS. So इससे what happened is it became really very difficult to have a trade between two different countries. For example, if I'll ask you कि I want one, ऐसे ही बोल रहा हूँ मैं, I'm taking just an example. If I want 100-meter long pipe, that doesn't mean it is 100 feet long. So if you want a pipeline which is 100-meter long, 100 meter long, ठीक है, and if you want to import it from, let's say, from London, so 100 meter here in India, that doesn't mean 100 feet in London. So that will have a conversion. So every time the seller and the purchaser will have to convert it into from one unit to another unit. That becomes a tedious job, right? So what we started doing is we started to settle ourselves by considering a common unit throughout. So SI units, this was something which is very important. So use of different systems was very, very, very pathetic and very inconvenient. ठीक है. So hence in October 1960 at the 11th International General Conference of Weights and Measures in Paris, SI units was accepted as common system. So in 1960 we came up with an idea कि भाई हम लोग अब common system रखेंगे. We won't be having different systems in different countries. So what we did, we introduced and we accepted this thing, Systeme Internationale de Units. ठीक है. So what is this? This is SI unit का full form. So in this there are 7 fundamental units and 2 supplementary units. Now what are the fundamental units? So let's understand one term known as fundamental quantity. आराम से, we are talking about quantity. The physical quantity which does not depend on any other physical quantity. वो quantity जो किसी दूसरे क्वांटिटी पे डिपेंड नहीं करती है फॉर मेजरमेंट आर नोन एज फंडामेंटल क्वांटिटी. फॉर एग्जांपल लेंथ. द लेंथ ऑफ दिस कीबोर्ड इज समथिंग. दिस लेंथ डज नॉट डिपेंड ऑन एनी अदर क्वांटिटी. लाइक इट विल नॉट डिपेंड कि इसके अंदर में बैटरी कितनी लगाई है. इट विल नॉट डिपेंड कि हाउ मच इलेक्ट्रिसिटी इज फ्लोइंग थ्रू इट. व्हाट इज द मास ऑफ दिस कीबोर्ड. व्हाट इज द टेम्परेचर ऑफ एटमॉस्फेयर टू मेजर द लेंथ. नो. Length is a different quantity. It does not depend on any other quantity. Okay. So this is known as fundamental quantity. The quantity which does not depend on any other quantity for its measurement is fundamental quantity. Now the units need to measure fundamental quantities are called fundamental units. So length is a fundamental quantity which is independent of any other quantity. Now if you want to measure length, the unit which you require for measuring a fundamental quantity is called fundamental unit. तो लेंथ को मेजर करने के लिए, क्योंकि वो खुद ही एक फंडामेंटल क्वांटिटी है, उसको मेजर करने के लिए जो यूनिट हमें चाहिए उसको हम बोलते हैं फंडामेंटल यूनिट. आगे चलते हैं. अब ये फंडामेंटल क्वांटिटीज कौन से हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अब ये देखो, ये दिस इज गोइंग टू गेट वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, लेंथ इज अ क्वांटिटी जिसका SI यूनिट इज मीटर और उसको सिंबल मीटर का है स्मॉल m. मास इज अ फंडामेंटल क्वांटिटी. टाइम इज अ फंडामेंटल क्वांटिटी. सी, अगर मैं आपसे पूछूं व्हाट इज द टाइम, सो यू नीड नॉट से कि अभी टुडे फॉर एग्जांपल इट इज थर्सडे, सो थर्सडे दिस इज 9:20, बट ऑन फ्राइडेज दिस टाइम विल बिकम 10:20. नो, दिस इज नथिंग. सी, फॉर गोइंग फ्रॉम मुंबई टू दिल्ली, how much time is required? So you won't say on Thursdays it takes 2 days and on Fridays it will take 1 day, on Saturday it will take 5 days. No, that is not the thing. Time is a fundamental quantity. It does not depend on any other fundamental quantity. Okay. So similarly, temperature is a fundamental quantity. If you want to heat something, or let us say the normal body temperature, let us say is 37 degree. So on Fridays, if you take a thermometer and keep it like this, on Friday, so the normal temperature is 37, but on Sundays na 40 degree, if the body temperature is 40 degree, then it will be called as normal. No, they are different things. You cannot have temperature depending on any other fundamental quantity. ठीक है, टेम्परेचर अलग ही चीज है. देन इलेक्ट्रिक करंट, कितनी करंट फ्लो हो रही है किसी सर्किट में, दैट डज नॉट डिपेंड अपॉन वहाँ का टेम्परेचर कितना है या वो सर्किट का वजन कितना है. नो, इट्स अ फंडामेंटल क्वांटिटी. लुमिनस इंटेंसिटी, दैट मीन्स द अमाउंट ऑफ लाइट विच इज कमिंग आउट ऑफ समथिंग. फॉर एग्जाम्पल कैंडल इज अ सोर्स ऑफ लाइट, तो उसमें से कितनी लाइट आ रही है. अमाउंट ऑफ सब्सटेंस, इस पेंसिल के अंदर में हाउ मच इज द अमाउंट ऑफ सब्सटेंस. सो ऑल दीज आर फंडामेंटल क्वांटिटीज. सो देर आर 7 फंडामेंटल क्वांटिटीज: लेंथ, मास, टाइम, temperature, electric current, luminous intensity and amount of substance. Now you have a certain unit. Length का unit to measure is meter, mass is kg, kilogram, time का second, temperature का Kelvin, current का ampere, candela और इसका है mole. अब बच्चों ये जो है ये बड़े बड़े वर्ड्स है. These are a bit longer terms, so you have a short symbol of it. Meter, you need not write meter every time. I can write 10 meter. You know that. So small m, kilogram के लिए small kg, seconds के लिए s, Kelvin के लिए capital K. So this is capital because it's a name. Ampere के लिए capital A, candela के लिए CD, mole के लिए small mol. ठीक है. Supplementary units. So there are certain supplementary units. For example, plane angle and solid angle. We'll study about it later. So the SI unit is radian, steradian, and the symbol is RAD and SR. Now let's understand. This is very important. This is very important. Let me tell you, this part is very important. It's there in the NCERT book as well. So how did we decide कि 1 meter of length will be this much? How did it actually happen? So what is the standard thing which is 1 meter length? Like what how much is 1 meter? How did we actually decide about it? So see, we'll talk about length. The name of the unit is meter and the symbol is small m. So how much is 1 meter? It's very interesting. See, the meter is the length of the path traveled by light in vacuum during a time interval of 1 upon 299,792,458 of a second. What does that mean? See, light travels very fast. What is the velocity of light? Okay, sir, velocity of light is approximately 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. How much is that? That is 3 lakh kilometer per second. So in 1 second, the light travels 3 lakh kilometer approximately. In 1 second, it travels that much. Now, if I take 1 second, peep, that is 1 second. So 1 second, the light has traveled 3 lakh kilometer. Now what I'll do is, I'll divide that 1 second into multiple parts. So see, I am dividing that 1 second into these many parts. Unit, 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakh, crore, 10 crore. So this is 29 crore. 97 lakh 92,458. So you are dividing that 1 second this much span into almost 30 crore parts. 1 second divided into 30 crore parts, and in each second, that each part how much the light has traveled, because in 1 second, 1 second में तो लाइट 3 लाख किलोमीटर चली जाती है. तो आप क्या करो, उस 1 सेकेंड को ऑलमोस्ट 30 करोड़ पार्ट में डिवाइड कर दो, और हर एक टुकड़े में लाइट कितनी जाती है उस लेंथ को मेजर करोगे. दैट विल कम आउट टू बी 1 मीटर. यू गॉट माई पॉइंट? सो इंटरेस्टिंग. ठीक है. सो दिस वॉज इन्वेंटेड इन 1983. Then mass, बच्चों mass, 1 kg of mass. How much is 1 kg of mass? So 1 kg of mass is equal to the mass of international prototype of the kilogram of a platinum iridium alloy cylinder. So there is a platinum iridium, this is a metal cylinder. ये एक ऐसा सिलेंडर बना दिया गया 1 किलो का, जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल दिस इज द प्लैटिनम इरेडियम सिलेंडर. सो ये जब एक स्पेसिमेन मैंने बना दिया, मान लो दिस इज अ माउस एंड दिस हैज सम वेट. सो इसका जो भी वेट होगा या जो भी मास होगा इसका, दैट मास आई विल कंसिडर एज अ स्टैंडर्ड मास. So we have made the platinum iridium alloy cylinder and we have kept it in the International Bureau of Weights and Measures at Sèvres near Paris. ठीक है, तो we have made a prototype, we have made a sample and we have kept it. So we just weigh it. So if whatever be the mass of this cylinder, that mass is standardized as 1 kg. हम उसको 1 kg बोल देते हैं. तो ये एक सैम्पल है, ये बेसिकली इट्स अ स्टैंडर्ड थिंग जो हमने बना के इस जगह पे रख दिया है इन द इंटरनेशनल ब्यूरो ऑफ वेट्स एंड मेजर्स. वहाँ पे हमने रख दिया है और उसके बाद में उसका जो मास है दैट इज कंसिडर्ड टू बी एज 1 kg. देन टाइम. सो टाइम कैसे डिसाइड किया हमने? द सेकेंड इज द ड्यूरेशन ऑफ यूनिट 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakh, crore, 10 crore, 100 crore. 1 second. Okay. So it is 919 crore 26 lakh 31,770 periods of the radiation corresponding to the transition between two hyperfine levels of the ground state of cesium-133 atom. अब देखो ये क्या चीज़ है मालूम कि when there is transition there is a hyperfine level, ये हम लोग आगे बात करने वाले हैं. तो the second is the duration of इतना पीरियड, ये जो है ना ये इतना पीरियड ऑफ रेडिएशन, इतना जो पीरियड रहेगा रेडिएशन का, उस रेडिएशन के पीरियड को हम 1 सेकेंड बोलते हैं. देन इलेक्ट्रिक करंट. अब ये करंट को हम एम्पियर में कैसे गिनते हैं? तो हाउ मच इज 1 एम्पियर? सो एम्पियर इज दैट कांस्टेंट करंट. ये एक करंट है विच इज मेंटेन इन 2 straight पैरेलल कंडक्टर्स. इफ दिस इज 1 पैरेलल कंडक्टर, मेटेलिक कंडक्टर, दिस इज अनदर मेटेलिक कंडक्टर ऑफ इनफाइनाइट लेंथ. तो 2 कंडक्टर लंबे से लंबा इनफाइनाइट लेंथ का ले लेंगे, ऑफ नेग्लिजिबल सर्कुलर क्रॉस सेक्शन, जिसका ये जो क्रॉस सेक्शन है दिस इज नेग्लिजिबल. सो बेसिकली दे आर वेरी टाइनी थिन वायर्स एंड प्लेस्ड 1 मीटर अपार्ट. तो यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक दिस इज 1 मीटर का गैप. In vacuum, so there is vacuum all around it, would produce between these conductors force of itna Newton per meter of length. So ध्यान से समझना, when you have current flowing through 2 conductors, so there is a force generated, ठीक है, ड्यू टू इलेक्ट्रिक करंट. आपको पता है EMF वगैरह की बातें. so there is a force generation. So if 2 parallel conductors are kept at a span of 1 meter, if one is this, one another is this, and the span between them, the distance between them is 1 meter. तो अगर ये दोनों कंडक्टर्स के बीच में this much 2 into 10⁻⁻7 न्यूटन पर मीटर का फोर्स जनरेट हो रहा है, उस समय in order to produce 2 into 10⁻⁻7 newton per meter, in order to produce that much force, how much current should flow through the conductor? That current is termed as 1 ampere. ठीक है, that current is termed as 1 ampere. Then Kelvin. So Kelvin is the fraction of 1 upon 273.16 of the thermodynamic temperature of triple point of water. So there's a triple point of water. There's anomalous behavior of water कि water can exist into 3 states. पानी सॉलिड, आइस में भी रह सकता है, वाटर लिक्विड में भी रह सकता है, और वाटर वेपर. ये तीनों स्टेट एक साथ हो सकते हैं एक टेम्परेचर पे. वो जो टेम्परेचर होगा, जो भी वो टेम्परेचर है, दैट टेम्परेचर फ्रैक्शन ऑफ 1 upon 273.16, दैट टेम्परेचर इज 1 Kelvin. You got my point? That temperature is 1 Kelvin. पक्का समझ में आ गया? ओके. नेक्स्ट, अमाउंट ऑफ सब्सटेंस. तो उसको मोल में गिना जाता है. फुल फॉर्म इज MOLE एंड उसका जो शॉर्ट फॉर्म है, यूनिट जो लिखते हैं, दैट इज मोल, MOL. So mole is the amount of substance of a system which contains as many elementary entities as there are atoms in 0.012 kg of carbon 12. So carbon 12 जो है हमारे पास में, carbon will have some weight. or some mass. So take 0.012 kg of carbon, and in that carbon, how much amount of substance, how much quantity of carbon is filled, amount of matter is filled, that matter is 1 mole. ठीक है. Next, luminous intensity. So basically luminous intensity is termed in candela. So it is given in a direction of a source that emits monochromatic radiation of frequency this much, that has a radiant intensity in the direction of this much steradian. अब होता क्या है ना, candela basically it comes with the name of candle. When you glow one candle, how much light is emitted? So from candle it comes candela. But to get into depth, luminous intensity given in the direction of a source. So if there is a source of light and the light is going in one direction, ठीक है, so luminous intensity in a given direction of a source that emits monochromatic radiation. See, monochromatic radiation means any one single color. You have VIBGYOR. So let's say if there is a source of light which is emitting yellow color, yellow light, तो yellow light अगर एक ही direction में जा रहा है तो it is a monochromatic light and going in one direction, और उसकी frequency इतनी होनी चाहिए. So this is 5.4 into 10⁻12 hertz. ये एक typical color है. See, इसको हम ऐसा भी लिख सकते हैं 5.4 into 10⁻14 hertz. It's a typical color. ठीक है. Visible spectrum जो है it starts from violet and ends at red. So VIBGYOR में approximately 3500 angstrom से लेके 7500 angstrom का आपका रेंज होता है. So this is a typical color. Let's say this is yellow color. अगर yellow color, this frequency वाला yellow color is emitted in a proper direction and it has energy of 1/683rd watt per steradian, then that is known as 1 candela. See, energy, there is energy. So 1 watt नहीं है, joule per second is 1 watt. 1 watt is joule per second. 1 joule per second. ठीक है. So 1/683rd part of watt is emitted, that is luminous intensity. Then let's go to the point of derived quantity. What was fundamental quantity? Any quantity which does not depend on any other quantity. That is fundamental quantity. Now let's go about derived quantities. So the derived quantities wala part and the further part will be explained in the next class. So I hope आपको ये वीडियो समझ में आ गया होगा. What you do is go to the NCERT वाला part. आप उसको यहाँ से स्टार्ट करें and go and study till here, the 3 standard pages. So आज हम लोग ने बात किया कि measurements हमें क्यों चाहिए रहता है और उसकी what is the necessity, why do we need to have a proper unit, because it becomes very easy for any exchange between 2 different places or 2 different countries. And then we have fundamental units and derived units. Fundamental units are those units which does not depend on any other unit or any other quantity. So, and basically fundamental units are the units which are required for the measurement of fundamental quantity. So with that said, we'll end up the session, students. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead, and do like the video if you like it, and do watch it on loop. Even if you don't understand any concept, the comment section is for you, my dear students. And with that said, पढ़ते रहें और खूब आगे बढ़ते रहें. Keep studying, keep moving ahead, and keep growing in your life. With that said, namaste, bye bye.